Welcome back to Sports Scene. I'm Steve Russell. You're listening to ESPN 850 WRUF. This weekend, Gator Baseball opens its regular season, and coming into town will be the Rams of Rhode Island. Their coach, Rafael Cerrato, joins us now. Coach, welcome. Tough year for the Rams last year, but first let me ask about the weather. Have you had a chance to work a lot outdoors because of all the weather up there?
It's been a tough couple weeks. We haven't seen our field in 3 weeks. I think we have a little over 2 feet of snow on our field right now, so it's been tough going. We did go out in January a decent amount, but we haven't been able to go outside at all in the last 3 weeks. It's been difficult.
What can you really accomplish if you can't go outdoors? Can you get some things done?
Well, we have an indoor facility which is right next to our field, so we can throw live to our hitters. We can get a ton of swings in. So often, we get a lot of swings in offensively. The guys can pitch live to hitters, so we can get a lot of work done there. Just the problem is just seeing defensively and the pace of the game, being outside, doing some things like that. That's the most difficult thing when we come down and play. We have a gym, like we're doing bunt defenses on a basketball court. Yeah. We just got to do whatever we can do.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it.
Understand. Coming off a tough year last year, for Gator fans who don't know maybe about your club, Coach, tell us who's coming back. What are your outlooks for this coming year?
Last year was a rough year. It was a terrible season for us. We had gone, 6-7 years in a row with 30-plus wins. We've had a decent amount of success here at Rhode Island. Last year, we knew we were young coming in. We knew it was going to be a fight just to make our conference tournament last year, and we had some injuries and lost a lot of close games. We were bad last year. Honestly, we were not a good club, but we got some kids back that were hurt. Kids that were sitting out for redshirting, a good recruiting class coming in. I'm optimistic about this team. I think we have some decent pitching, some good athletes, some team speed. Offensively, we'll see how we'll be, but I think we'll be a lot better than last year. I'm pretty optimistic what we can do this year with this year's team. Last year was a tough year, but I do expect a lot more.
You have a couple of guys in DeStasio and Moyers who are back on the hill. They pitched well for you last year. Expect big things again this year?
I do. They'll be our number 1 and number 2 guys. Lou's a high prospect, with the scouts right now. Good arm, good athlete, great kid. Both the kids are very competitive, though they should keep us in every game. Steve, I think Moyers, his ERA is under 2 for his first 2 years, through his first 2 years in college with like 160 innings. So he's had a good first 2 years, and Lou's done well. So we expect a lot. They're good leadership. They're great kids. They work hard. They compete. And that's what you're looking for your top 2 pitchers. So we expect a lot from them this year.
What will you do? Do you know your third starter yet? Who will fill that role?
It's to be announced right now. We have 2 or 3 guys in mind. We have somebody in mind for Sunday, but if we get a chance to win a game Friday or Saturday, all hands on deck down there this weekend. But one of our top pitchers won't be making a trip. He was in a car accident in the fall and in the hospital for a couple weeks. He's great now, but he's been behind. So he's actually not making a trip. He's going to probably be our Sunday starter. He's a JUCO transfer from in Iowa. So he's going to probably end up being one of our Sunday starter. Excuse me. Or we have a freshman who's got great stuff. He's got a chance, and there's 2 other kids that are in the mix, Blaze Whitman and Tyler Bars right now. So there's a few guys in the mix. I think we have some depth on the mound this year. Like I said, one of our top guys won't be making a trip this weekend, but he'll be ready for the next trip against North Carolina.
You must be one of those guys, and I can understand why, because you play out-of-conference teams. You play Florida. You play North Carolina. I guess the attitude is you play those teams, try to get better.
We play everyone. We don't care. I mean, we've had a lot of success. Coach Foster, before me, he's always played a tremendous schedule. This is my 4th year at URI, back at URI. I'm a URI grad myself, the first year as a head coach, and that's something we've done with Coach Foster. He's always done. We want to play the best schedule we possibly can and challenge ourselves. We want to be a team that gets to regional and not only can get to regional but win some games, and so we want to play the best. And Florida is obviously one of the best teams, best programs in the country, so we want to challenge ourselves and see how we compare to them. And we come down Florida's going to be tough. They're, like I said, one of the top teams in the country, but, hey, we expect to win every game we play. So we're coming down and hopefully, play well and get a win or two. I mean, that's if you don't think you can win, then you shouldn't be coming down on the field. So that's our attitude, and we want to play the best. Doesn't matter. I don't care who they are, where they are, and we travel a lot to get there.
In the tough year you had last year, Coach, you didn't hit particularly well.
No.
You mentioned that it might be better. Tell Gator fans some of the guys in the lineup that you might get some good production from if things go right for you.
Well, I think we had, like I said, we've always been known for a team that's been very athletic, that can run. That's always been our strength, is pitching and speed. And we didn't have any. A lot of our athletes were hurt last year and or whatever, missed the season for various reasons. But I think Tim Caputo is our shortstop. He's been a 4-year starter. He's an all-star in the Cape Cod League. He's a little guy, but he can hit and play defense. Some other guys in the lineup are Mike Corrin's a redshirt sophomore who led the Futures League, pretty good collegiate league, led the Futures League in home runs last summer. We have Connor Foreman, who'll probably be our 2 or 3 hitter. Kid from Seattle who's a good athlete. He was hurt most of last year. And then Martin Taveras, who's a switch hitter, originally from the Dominican Republic. He can hit. There's a few other guys, Derek Ardella, catcher. We got some guys that can hit. And a few of these guys didn't even play at all last year or were freshmen. So there's a lot more. I think we have a lot more depth to our lineup. I think the difference between our 3-hitter and our 8-hitter is not going to be huge, which can be good and bad. Yeah. I think we have some depth at the bottom of our lineup, but I don't know if we have any of those guys that really – we'll see. I mean, hopefully as the season develops, we will have those guys. But the one thing I'm excited about, we just have a lot more team speed and athleticism. We try to make things happen on the bases with the short game. I mean, that's really our strength. It's tough to hit up here in the spring, and with the cold and the wind blows in our field. So we try to gear our team towards defense, pitching, and speed. I think at our field last year we had 20 home games. It was probably like 4 home runs total.
Wow! At
our field, if that. So it was tough. I mean, I think we only hit 4 or 5 home runs as a team. We only gave up 4 or 5 home runs last year. We got some more pop. I'm excited. I think we have a chance. I mean, it's obviously going to be a tough start coming out of the gym to play the Gators, but heck, we're looking to play well and hopefully win.
Final question, Coach. I'm going to ask all the coaches that come to play Florida this. I'm looking forward to what the new baseball may bring. I think there are some who thought maybe it went too far in not a lot of scoring. What's your thoughts about that? Do you think the new baseball will help the college game?
I think so. I think we've gone to one extreme to the other with the bats in recent years. I think guys aren't getting rewarded in the past few years by really balls that should be home runs. So I think the ball will help. I mean, I think it went from ridiculous amounts of offense to ridiculous amounts of non-offense. So I think the ball is going to help. I mean, we didn't use the actual game ball this fall, but we used a similar ball, lower seam. And we hit, I think the year before we had 1 home run in fall inter-squad. This year we hit 8 or 9 home runs. I think it has a lot to do with our players we had out there this fall. But I think it's going to make it different. I think it's better for the game. I mean, you watch the College World Series and guys are smoking balls, can't hit them any better, and they're barely making it to their warning track. I mean, that's not real baseball either. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what happens. I think it's going to make a difference. I think it's going to even it out. And you should be rewarded. If you hit a ball, if you're a strong kid and you square something up, you should get rewarded by a home run. So we'll see. I'm looking forward. I think it's going to be good for the game, though.
All right. The Rams will be coming here this weekend to play the Gators. Coach Rafael Cerrato has been a guest here on Sports Scene. Coach, hang on the line. Thank you for your time and safe journey here. We'll see you this weekend.
Thank you, Steve, for having me.
Okay.